Hey guys, it's Adam with BB Barbecue and Pets, back with another video. We've got a cool restoration video this time. So I've got this old Weber Kettle and I'm going to totally restore it. Try to make this thing where you can cook on it again. You guys stay tuned. BB Barbecue, Alright, here's the Weber. So we've got a nice sunny day to do this. So I figured we'd break this thing out and totally restore it. We've got some rust all over. Sorry about that shadow. We got some rust all over the edges here. As you can see, we're gonna have to hit that. That's all the way around. Rust by the handle here. We're gonna totally replace the vent, and then look on the inside here. Just grease and nastiness all in there. That's not even the best part, guys. As you see, there's a petrified fat, rust, all types of crap. I don't even think you can move the 3 blades at the bottom. So we're gonna clean this thing up, get it back to its former glory, and maybe we can cook something on it. All right, some things we're gonna need for this. Make sure you have some good gloves. I got these from Harbor Freight because that grill cleaner can really tear your hands up. This is the grill cleaner we're using. This is the best one I've ever found. It really takes it down to bare metal. Be careful with it, it can burn your hands, that's for sure. All right, we got a wire brush for any kind of rust. We can scrape it off, surface rust. Got a paint scraper. And then this is my favorite tool to use. It's kind of like a straight blade scraper. I got this at Lowe's. This really cleans the Weber really nicely. Got some 3M stripping pads here. This is for really getting into those nooks and crannies to get that rust off. This does a really good job. And last but not least, we're using a high heat black paint to go over any of those rust spots so we can make it look brand new. As always, guys, we've got to fill up the tank here, get our gasoline, and then we're gonna get to scraping this thing out. Cleaned this thing out. We got all this nasty gunk out of there. You see these blades are so rusted. I mean, I can just bend it up with my hand and it's all flaked off on the sides. We're gonna take that off. I'm gonna totally replace it. But I'm gonna take this wire brush and hit the rust spots that are actually holding the charcoal grate and the top grate. So I'm gonna hit these and then I'm gonna maybe hit the outside where the rust is. Alright guys, so we have been going at this thing. This is what we got so far. I'm going to show you the top. That's what the top looks like. We've got the rust spots here and here. That's why we're going to hit it with that high temp paint. You can tell it's all the way around the outside, but I've got it down to surface level at least. And then this is what the inside of the bowl looks like. Really nice. All that grease came off. So we're going to bust this thing out and put a brand new one on there. Alright, we're going to put this on the rocks, let it dry a little bit before we start working on that. Let's look at the other part of the grill. Alright, now you can stop. You could stop. I'm trying to make a TV show here. Alright, so this is what the inside of this looks like. It looks really good. We got all that nastiness off. Like I said, we're going to replace those, the 3 blades. So. And that might be an issue because it's really rusted at the bottom, but we'll knock it out of there somehow and get that new one in there. But other than that, this thing's coming right along. Alright guys, we're going to take a little break here, let everything dry off before we replace some parts. But I'm going to take a little beer break. We got some good old Yingling. That's beer of America and official beer of BB Barbecue and Pits. So Yingling, whenever you want, just go ahead and send me a pallet and drop it off at the house. So other than that, we're going to get right back on this Weber. Alright guys, so we've moved to the gravel area here. We're going to go ahead and replace some of these parts. So I'm going to clean that ash pan in the bottom, and then we're going to replace the blades in the actual grill. Alright, so I don't have a whole lot of time to be messing with this. It's all seized up from the rust. So I'm just going to cut right here, kind of cut the piece and then pull it out. This is an angle grinder. I've got a DeWalt cutting blade on it. Do not try this at home. I think we got it. Well, actually, I've cut it at the wrong spot. Oh, almost. Hold on. You see how it's loose now? Not seized up from the rust. There we go. All right, there's that piece. And then I'll pop that other piece off. That thing is rusty, boy. All right, we'll be able to get it now. Sometimes this stuff is just so rusty you can't do anything about it. You just gotta cut it. And I got that little Craftsman battery powered angle grinder from Lowe's for like 60 bucks. So not too bad, but there you go. Pop that thing out, we'll get that new one installed. All right, so we got this brand new one in here. As you can see, it actually works. It's kind of squeaky, but we'll get it all oiled up and it'll be, you know, moving super smooth. All right, now moving on, we're gonna replace this top exhaust vent. This is gonna be tough. Gotta figure out how to do this. All right, here's the old top exhaust vent. Kind of had to work it through that hole because it's different now. I'm gonna install the new ones a lot better. It's actual bolt and nut on it. I don't know what the heck that is. In the trash. Alright, so we got the new one installed here. As you can see, works fine. Then with that rust spot there, I'm actually going to hit it with some PAM, so it'll actually take care of that. And greasing it up will actually have it move a lot smoother too. So one more step down. So for the next step, we're just going to flip this over, and you see this bottom rack here. I'm actually going to take my angle grinder with a flat disc, and it's just sand all this off. So it's just all surface rust. I'm just going to hit it with that, and I might even hit the top with it just to get it ready for paint. Alright, so we have grinded that thing down to bare metal in most spots. But any of the rust spots on the top lid and the bottom here, I'm going to spray paint with that high temp black. So this is what we ended up with today. Came out pretty good, so we're going to let this sit for at least 24 hours. Then we'll install the grates and fire it up. Alright guys, so it's been sitting for 3 whole days letting this paint set on this grill. It's came out awesome. It's ready to use. Let's check it out. Alright, so this is how it came out. I put some high temp paint on this thing. You can see it kind of gave it like a matte color, which I'm kind of interested to see how that's going to turn out, but we're going to fire it up and see. We've got the brand new exhaust. I didn't end up replacing these handles just because if you've noticed, everything's more expensive. So one of these was about $25. That's kind of not really worth it to me. So I just cleaned them up with a little bit of soap and water. So let's take a look on the inside. So all brand new grates. So we got a brand new top grate, brand new charcoal grate, and the 3 blades at the bottom for the intake. But I mean, you can see your reflection off of that. I mean, this thing is looking great. It's going to be an awesome grill. And then we'll check out the bottom here. So I cleaned out that ash pan, and then the bottom shelf there I painted black, so I think that looks kind of cool. But anyway, this thing came out great, so let's get it seasoned. Throw some hickory wood in there just to make it smell good while it's seasoning. Guys, this project came out great. I am so glad we could bring this Weber back to life, and while we let this thing get that good hickory smoke and heat in there to season up, I want to thank you guys for subscribing to my channel, and if you haven't, please hit that subscribe button down below. It just helps me make cool videos. Till next time, guys. I was going to end the video there, but I noticed a couple of things while I was seasoning the grill. The smoke was rolling out the edges. It wasn't all coming out the exhaust like I want. So we've got something here from my buddy Justin at Island Outdoor LLC. I've got a FireBlack gasket for the Weber Kettle. So we're going to install that before it goes off to his new home. So all you got to do before you put this gasket on, spray a little bit of that Sam's Club cleaner. Get the oil off of the edge where we're going to put it. And then I just take a wet paper towel. So kind of just clean up this edge where we're going to install it. Right, now we got the edge cleaned up, we're going to install our gasket here. It comes in a big roll. And then I'm just going to work my way around and install it. So this thing's super sticky. So you definitely want to clean that. Clean the edge before you install it. So you're just going to work your way around the edge, and this will seal up any of those holes and rust spots. Now that we've reached the end, I'm just going to take my box cutter here, and you're just going to cut it right where they meet. And there you go. That's how you install the gasket on your Weber. Alright, so let's take a look at our grill now that we've burned it in. I've got that gasket on there, and I'm going to let that actually sit for 24 hours. But man, night and day difference. This thing looks amazing. All shiny. Got that oil's already set in, so I don't see any rust anymore. So really came out nicely. I'm pretty pleased with this one. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. If you want to check out my other restoration video, here's the link right here. We'll see you down the road.